Right, hello everyone. Right, so today we are going to be reacting to Wolfrey's video searching for a world that doesn't exist. See, it's 41 minutes long, and I'm probably going to put this into two videos, if I'm going to be honest. Um, and this was actually suggested to me by one of you guys, and I'm sorry it's taken me this long to react to it. I've been doing all of the CB Island series. I've just finally finished editing all that, and then I finally finished making the movie the other day. So I hope you guys enjoy, and without further ado, let's start. I have never seen this before. I've seen clips from it because it blew up quite a while ago. But other than that, I have not seen this, so I hope you guys enjoy.
Whatever you do at the crossroads, don't turn left. This is the first line in a book that Avery claims he did not write. 2 weeks ago, a YouTube channel called Avery the Mayo uploaded a YouTube video titled Weird Book I Did Not Write, where he shows us a mine that supposedly he never built. Inside the mine is a chest that Avery did not place.
This already seems like rather scripted in my opinion, but okay, let's continue.
And inside the chest is a book that Avery did not write. Inside the book,
I mean, it's a small-time content creator who, if we go back, yeah, got two videos out and that's it. One with 10 views of Godly Game of Sky Wars, and another one, which is the weird book I didn't write, only 4 views. So yeah, it's a small-time content creator.
called Inside the Must is a book that Avery did not write. Inside the book is a very strange message. Whatever you do at the crossroads, don't turn left. Don't be fooled, it's listening. You can't outsmart it, it's listening to me. It's watching me. It isn't from this world. At the crossroads, don't turn left. 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 Over and over, followed by a sequence of numbers. And that's it. It seems impossible.
Well, those numbers, these are 100% coordinates. Like, you look at this and then you can see, like, oh, that's the first one. So it'd be 23, then the last chord would be -2, 29, +2, so on and so forth. These, you can tell these are probably chords.
Sequence of numbers. And in your world without your knowledge, but Avery explains in the description of the video that the laptop he's playing on is from a storage locker. It already had Minecraft installed and this world already existed, but when Avery first loaded it up, it was just a normal world. He only now discovered this mine a few hundred blocks from his house. So in that case, what is this book? The contents are strange and it's not evident what they refer to. If anything, they
I'd love to see like the days played on this world. So like, especially if you're in Java Edition, you can press I can't remember which one it is, but you can press one of the the buttons. I think it's like F4 or something like that. And you can see all of your like days played and the chords and stuff like that. I'd love to see that.
just sound like some crazy rambling, but the numbers at the end are clearly some sort of code, so maybe we can solve it and figure out what this book is talking about. Except we can't. The numbers go higher than 26, so it's not any alphabetical code. There are 4 sections, not 3, so it isn't coordinates. And in fact, there's not a single cipher that comes up as a good match for this code. If it is a code, it's unlike any code I've ever seen, and I wasn't able to decipher it. So, is that it? A strange one-off YouTube video and a dead end? Not quite, because for 2 frames at the very end of the video, Avery's inventory flashes a random pattern of blocks.
Which version is he playing? Because this looks like an old, in my opinion, it looks like an older video. It looks like an older version, especially with the way like everything looks. Because it doesn't even have the vibrant visuals and stuff. Okay, but it has Neverite, it has the heavy core, the dragon egg, he has end portal block somehow, light block somehow, a spawn egg. Okay.
And this time, there is a code, because taking the first letter of the name of every block and capitalizing it if there is more than one, you get a string. A string that perfectly matches the length of a Google Drive link, that when you enter, takes you to a folder. And this is where the true mystery begins. The mystery of a Minecraft world that doesn't exist.
Dun dun dun, and that's where he drops the title. What is this? Okay. I tell you what, if there's a map code for this, I'm happy to play this at some point, and I know the person who suggested this to me, Panda Plays, I'm sure he would love to play on it as well. I'll try and find it, I'll tell you what, I'll try and find it for like a couple of videos times.
Opening the video named Footage 1, we can see a player in the exact same spot Avery was in the last video, except now he has way more items than he had last time. Presumably this is from his house, and he's come to use this mine in survival as part of this world. The book is now gone from the chest, but it could be that Avery just burned it because it creeped him out, or it's just this book in his inventory. Regardless, Avery lines up with the other strip mine and begins to start a new one into the wall, but when he does, he finds this. Nothing weird, it's just a cave, and Avery walks in to begin exploring, until he stops and sees this. It's hard to make out, but as he walks closer we can see what it is. Moss and grass.
Yeah, that's normal. You can find them in caves.
This is immediately a red flag, because this kind of terrain does not generate in caves. Avery checks
Yes, it does. You can get mossy blocks and stuff in caves, especially if it's a lush biome.
underneath it, but there's nothing else either. And when he runs
He might just be slowly entering into a lush biome, like a lush cave.
back to grab his torches, he notices yet another patch of moss in the corner of the cave. Again, not natural, but not leading anywhere either. It's only when he heads back down the cave does he see it. A tree. Avery approaches the clump of greenery, and there it is.
Okay, now that just looks so fake. I know this is supposed to be like a comical video, and I'm analyzing this a lot, but yeah. I mean, that tree looks like it's been placed there.
A tree unlike any other oak tree in the entire game. Whatever this is, it isn't normal.
Sorry, I can't help but laugh. What is that? My
Avery
God.
backtracks a bit, and we get a better look at this shrub, for lack of a better word.
So in other words, yeah, stage.
And after some hesitation and circling around it, Avery decides to try mining the tree. And he does, with no problem. It looks just like a normal tree, except normal trees don't generate underground. And
there's quite a few bugs, especially if it's Bedrock Edition or Java Edition. Either way, whichever edition it is, there are quite a few bugs where trees can grow underground.
it's not the only one. As Avery goes deeper and deeper into the cave, he
See, what did I say? It's just the starting of a lush cave.
passes larger and larger patches of greenery, coming across more shrubs, and even more trees, and even more moss. He pauses to talk at one point, but instead of commenting on the trees, he brings up something else. It's weird, we've only seen stone. And I guess he's right, the walls of this cave don't have any diorite, granite, andesite, or ores, but come on, there's a bigger elephant in the room here. At some point,
I mean, yeah, that's a bit weird, but at the same time, if there's literally a fence post in this frame right here, and also this is like an absolutely amazing like shot right here, just literally staring at a wall. Sorry, I paused it on such a good shot. But yeah, it's two staged. If you want to make like an actual creepy thing, you need to make it a tad bit less staged. But well done. This kid's probably like some 16-year-old around my age trying to like film some content or something like that.
though, Avery's wish gets granted, and the cave turns into terracotta, tough, and deep slate. The greenery
Yeah, point proven that someone built this.
gets larger and larger, with the trees growing bigger and bigger, until finally, Avery reaches the end.
Okay, now that is pretty. I mean, hats off to hats off to the people that built this. I mean, like full on hats off. This is amazing in my opinion.
Avery stops for several long seconds, just taking everything in. The room is a giant cave of green, with strange, unnaturally large trees forming.
Nah, really. Sorry, I'm taking the absolute mick out of the. I mean, the effort that's got into this is great, but I'm just kind of taking the mick out of the person who's recording. Not Whiffy, of course not, but I'm taking the mick out of this dude. Also, yeah, shout out to Whiffy for this, and I haven't even asked if I could react to it, but
A staircase on the back wall. The floor is covered in a massive field of moss, scattered with the strange trees we saw earlier. Avery slowly heads down the cavern wall, being careful not to take too much damage while maneuvering his way to the bottom. He looks around in awe as he explores the chamber, and from closer up, we can see a tunnel right between the massive tree gates. Avery searches around the trees for a few minutes, seemingly mesmerized by the build, and we can see that these gates are made of trees stacked on trees stacked on trees, made of spruce, mud, and oak. But the question here is obvious. What is this place? This kind of terrain obviously doesn't generate naturally, so who made it and how does it just appear in Avery's world? Well, if there's any answer to that question, it's through this tunnel, because finally Avery decides to stop sightseeing and heads down the tunnel at the center of the room. Avery walks through the mud brick tunnel, turning to glance behind him every few steps, but of course, nothing is there. The world is set to single player. At least, it seems that way. Until this happens. Something is wrong. It's almost impossible to notice, but at the far edge of the tunnel, the first pair of torches have suddenly been wiped out. Avery stares for a few seconds and continues walking. Another pair of torches is gone. I'm not scared of torches turning off.
I mean, it's not really torches turning off. There's not even any pressure plates. Though. I was just thinking, like, if it was like staged, how would they do this? Sorry, I'm overanalyzing this a lot. Sorry.
And then another. I don't know what kind of practical joke this is.
Who's he talking to if he's in a single world?
But I already heard you and...
Also, what is the, like, proof that he never actually shows the photo that this is a single world?
I'm not scared of a game.
POV schizophrenic people. Why did he take so long to get up out of that water? I'm sorry, but any normal player would literally they would drop down and they would be like, okay, quick, get back up to the surface so you don't end up drowning.
I don't know why I just jumped down. I wasn't scared. But I felt... compelled. I've never felt like that in my life. What is going on here? Things just went from strange to incredibly creepy in a matter of seconds. This doesn't just happen on a normal world, but Avery did say he found this world on a computer he got from a storage locker. So maybe this is just a world that the old owner of this computer created, and it's just some strange adventure horror map. Case closed. Except it's not, because the video files aren't the only thing in this Google Drive folder. If you remember, there's also this PDF, and opening it, we see this. My exploration into a strange tunnel I found in my Minecraft world. I've been playing this world for a while and just discovered this. This is my documentation of the search. Notably, when I installed Minecraft, this world came pre-created. Always thought that was a little strange, but I'm not really sure. This seems okay enough, but remember what Avery said earlier. He found this computer in a storage locker with Minecraft installed. Not he installed Minecraft and this world was there. Admittedly, it's a pretty small difference, but still, why the conflicting stories? Something you may have also noticed that I can't explain is why Avery's name is now censored. He wasn't censored in the previous videos, but now he's both hidden his name and changed his skin, almost like he's hiding from something. But there's still a lot.
Well, if we're putting this to get two and two together here, it's almost as if this is the first player. So if you're saying there's two different people in this world, we're saying it's like, sorry, not two different people. We're saying you found it in a storage locker. This is as if, I don't know, as if we're seeing it through the person who had it in the storage locker's POV.
Lot more of this footage, and if you want to figure out what's happening in this world, why it exists, and what it has to do with Avery, we have to keep watching, as Avery runs from whatever it is that's hiding in this world. Avery says he has to keep moving, even if he doesn't exactly know why, and the only way—
Sorry, but the normal response of a person who's in this situation, unless you're an idiot like me, would be just to alt F4. Just to leave the game, delete the world. And if it keeps on reinstalling the world, just delete Minecraft. You've probably just downloaded a virus from somewhere and not actually downloaded the proper Minecraft.
to go is down. Avery takes a leap into the giant pool of water before him and swims down into a junction of tunnels.
That is a lot of deep slate lapis, my god.
After some hesitation, he burrows himself in the left wall for air before swimming down the left tunnel. He continues to navigate.
Isn't like the entire thing not to go left, like down the crossroad here?
Through the dark water, the tunnel getting narrower and narrower, with no end in sight. Until
with no end in sight, he says as he goes through the exit.
It opens into a giant cavernous room with just enough space at the top to get a bit of air. When Avery descends again, we can see tunnel openings sprawling across the walls. Avery scans around. There's no marker of where to go, just tunnels upon tunnels as far as the eye can see. And then he hears it. The same sound as when the whispers played previously. Avery rushes to dig into the wall, and as he blocks himself in, we can hear the whispers again. Quieter, but still there, as if they're passing by him. When the coast is clear, Avery digs out. But now what? He has no choice but to gamble on a tunnel and hope it's correct. He scans the walls again, no obvious sign of which one to pick. So finally—
how pissed off would you be if you were in this situation? You had no clue which tunnel you came out from and which tunnel to go into, and you went back into the tunnel you came out from and you made it back all the way back to the beginning there. Imagine how funny that would have been.
He rolls the dice. The tunnel leads to another junction, and again, after a slight hesitation, Avery goes left.
Once again, he's going left when this entire thing is about, like, not going left.
Tunnel continues, getting narrower and narrower and narrower.
That's the past like 3 frames have been the exact same size. I'm sorry, but they have been the exact same free size.
Until finally,
Until finally, he found the exits that didn't exist.
he finds himself in the oasis. Avery looks around the room, strangely, almost peaceful. He's in the middle of a square pond, flanked on all sides by the same uncanny trees. He stares off at the water for a second before towering up and getting a good look around. Nothing but trees as far as the eye can see. For a moment, he pauses, before something snaps, and he crafts a boat to get to the center of the lake. Without hesitation, he dives down into the tunnel and plugs up the hole. He makes another trip for good measure, plugging it even further. If this thing comes through here again, it has to break that, but I need to explore. He sails
If what breaks, we haven't been told what yet. We haven't been shown what yet.
back to the edge of the lake. What it can't avoid doing is loading the chunk. Avery chops a few trees and crafts a hopper with the spare iron in his inventory. His plan is simple: set a trap for the thing following him. But wait, did I miss something? Because how does he know that something is following him? Sure, those torches turned off, and yeah, we heard those noises before, but there's actually an even stronger piece of evidence I haven't mentioned. Remember when Avery said this? I already heard you in the cave. Well, it took me a second to figure out what exactly he meant, but then I heard this. It's almost impossible to make out, but
Yeah, no, there's a delay there, and there's someone else following him. Okay.
on a few separate instances, while Avery was walking in that original cave, he would randomly pause for a second or two, and now we know why. He was listening. Every time he paused, for just a brief moment, you could hear footsteps on the stone behind him. Stopping.
It's subtle, but there is like a singular. It's like it's either 1 or 2 steps normally that you can hear.
Just a fraction of a second too late to be quiet. But okay, if something is somehow really following Avery in a single player world, how can he stop it, or at least get it to reveal itself? Well, that's exactly what he's doing right now. Like he said, he needs time to look around and explore this world, but while he's gone, anything can just swim through the hole
Make a chunk ban whatever that thing is.
and replace the blocks to make it look like nothing happened. But if Avery turns down his render distance and puts items in this hopper, if he then goes far enough away and unloads the chunk, the only way for the hopper to be empty when he returns is if something loaded the chunk while he was gone. And then, whatever was following him would be exposed. The trap is set. Now it's time to explore.
Okay, that's smart. I've never thought of doing that before, but that is smart. Because, hear me out, that's a really good player detection right there. I've never thought of doing that before, and I might start doing that in my bases now. That's a really good way to do player detection and to see if someone's been snooping around your base. I think having the low render distance makes this like 10 times creepier.
Avery walks through the trees, avoiding the lake so as to not load the chunk. Every inch of this place looks exactly the same. The same gray floor, the same strange trees. Everywhere he looks, there's nothing. Until, just in the corner of the screen, there's a sign. But it's hard to spot, and Avery doesn't seem to see it, and he keeps walking. Then he pauses. Interesting. That's the third sign we've seen so far. What? Where? Third sign? I've only seen this one. But it turns out he's right. Going back and re-watching the footage, just barely hidden in the corners of the screen are two other signs Avery crossed earlier in the recording. Though
How the hell would you I'm sorry, once you're walking around, you would quite clearly see them. Like, there's no way around it. You would see them, right? Right.
he gave no indication at the time that he noticed them. Avery goes back to all three signs. All of them are blank, so I don't know what to make of it, but Avery seems to be satisfied and he explains why. These signs all seem to point to one place. Both of these angled ones point in the same direction. And he's right. If you line up a coordinate grid with the location and rotation of the signs, you get this. So he's right, all of them point a certain way, and if you trace out their intersection, it hits one specific point. He also pulls off this brilliant move, which you rarely see from these protagonists, by turning the difficulty to peaceful because he ran out of food. Absolutely genius. But with that said, he returns to the lake to check on his contraption. And nothing showed up. Items are still flowing out of the hopper, which would be impossible if anything had loaded the chunk. Avery tells us exactly this. Nothing came through. Not to mention, the blocks are still in the same position Avery placed them to plug the hole. Now that he's shaken off whatever was following him, Avery sails back, presumably to find the intersection points of the signs. But before he does that, he opens up chat and says this. Something is here. What? How? Why is Avery saying that? Why isn't he sending it in chat? What did he see? I don't know if it can hear me. But I'm not taking any chances.
Okay, this is giving me like really bad goosebumps all of a sudden. What? This took quite a dramatic turn. Is there anything? Can you see anything at all? Let me know in the comments if you can see anything, because I cannot see anything.
The grass block. When Avery left the chunk, he didn't just set one trap for the entity, he set two. Without mentioning anything to us, he placed a grass block next to a block of dirt. In Minecraft...
Okay, yeah, but that might have, the second he was walking away there, the tick, because it goes down in a certain amount of ticks, it might have been pot luck. There have been occasions where you put down a grass block, and then within a second, it's already spread to the other one.
Grass can't spread if the chunk isn't loaded. The only way that this block is now grass is if something other than Avery loaded this chunk. I'm not scared, but my gut says to keep moving.
My gut would say to get the hell off of the world, to be honest, but...
Maybe I am scared.
If you're scared, log off the world. I could have sworn I saw someone. Like, actually, I'm not even joking, like, on this side of the screen. I may be just going schizophrenic here, but I could have sworn there was, someone over here.
The other sign was pointed head on.
I failed you so many times.
Is this music gonna get me copyrighted? Oh, it better not.
I committed so many crimes, and I was
He left the tree floating. That's the scariest thing I've seen so far. But yeah. You know, and with that, I think I'm going to call it for this episode. We're at 20 minutes in, so as I said, we're going to get to the halfway mark, which we're not quite there yet, but we're close enough. So I say that's what I'm going to call it for this episode. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys for watching as always, and stay tuned for the second part, which will probably be out in 2 days from this one.